Hey, yo, lovely people, and welcome to another episode of the Schulering Hub podcast talking hospitality. I am your host, Mauricio, and thank you very much for listening. Today, we'll talk about opening hotels, but not any hotel. We're talking about luxurious resort in a remote region full of challenges. And for this, I brought Jan Šulc to talk to me and explain how the Aldrov Resort is being opened here in the Czech Republic. Welcome to the show, Jan.
Thank you very much, Mauricio. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. You are a forward-thinking person and the type of person I like to sit down and talk to. We've been chatting even before that now, and it got a little bit sidetracked. But please introduce who you are to our audience.
Perfect, thanks. As you started, I'm general manager here in Aldrov Resort, which we are building already 2 years. Me as a person, as an individual, I actually got to hospitality by accident because my family is working in hospitality already over 30 years. So I've been always in one mile like inside of the hospitality, but as a stubborn kid, I tried to go with my own way separately. So I began to start studying economic management of sports. But after 1 year, I actually decided that this is not for me. And because I didn't know what to do, so I left to Australia, to Sydney, where I actually fully discovered the pleasure to work with people and make them happy. So that was the big discovery for me. As a 20 years old me, I didn't want to sit behind a computer, which is funny nowadays because 90% of my work is from the computer side. So I really enjoyed, to be behind the bar and on the floor and just speak with people and then make them happy. So there began my hospitality journey. I came back to Czech Republic and I studied hospitality management here in Prague. Meanwhile, I worked in my father's restaurant because, as I mentioned, I tried to go my separate way, but you need to learn the basics. So in Sydney, at first I didn't speak English. I was washing the dishes. After a while, I got on the floor in the bar and I continued to learn and studying to be a good sommelier, to be a good waiter here in Prague. Which brought me also to internship on Maldives, which opened new gates for me. That was the first time when I could go through the resort there. So I got opportunity to be in every department there. So that was the first touch. After that, I came back to Czech Republic for my last year on the college, and I again had the pleasure and I was fortunate to get opportunity to work in a Michelin star restaurant here in Prague in La Degustation. Looking backwards, I think I was still a little bit stubborn child, so thank you very much if they are watching it. Thank you to keep me for 2.5 years and to have the patience with me there. So thank you. Yeah, and after that I just start looking again abroad. I really love our industry because you can work and be paid for traveling and meeting new people. So I got opportunity to work for one luxurious chalet in France in Courchevel, where I was just for the winter season, and that was really perfect because that approach there was totally different from everything I knew. We had a guest who came not to see how we do the things, but they actually gave me always some description how they like the things. So it was a little bit with a team like we've been a little bit of the butlers, let's say, but in really nice and polite way. So it was really nice experience as well. And after that I came back to Czech Republic. I said, okay, this is something what could work, but I really miss the resorts and hotels and big operations and again I was just really lucky, Mauricio. I think most things in life are about luck, especially in my case. So I got opportunity from one general manager, also Czech, who brought me to Georgia to work for Marriott Hotels, and it was really pleasure because I learned a lot from him, and I had my huge team there for first time in my life. We've been like at first 120 packs in F&B, and then 200 people. So 8 outlets, 600 guests per day in the season. So it really again opened my eyes in just a little bit different way, because when you're working with a small team, it's much easier to navigate and negotiate with every single member of the team. But when you have such a big operation and you need to take care of so many guests, it's a big challenge. Again, we've been really fortunate that we had our general manager who really helped us to go through, and we won couple times the first place between the Marriott hotels, resorts in Europe. So it was really good school for me. And after COVID came, which changed the game for us, obviously, all around the world. So that was for me the time of the payback for my family. So I came back to Czech Republic to help to just get through this challenge, this huge challenge which we are actually facing till today in some ways. I was there with my father for 1.5 years, and then this opportunity of Aldrov came, and it's a big pleasure to be part of something like Aldrov, especially new project which you can put your fingers on from the beginning, from the construction side until you see it alive and people are laughing and enjoying the services. That's really, really great thing to see and to enjoy.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. One thing I want to say is I've been posted on LinkedIn and not long ago is work hard until everybody calls you lucky, right? Because luck follows those that chase them. Luck doesn't just happen. So congratulations. You have a fantastic story. How old are you, please?
32 years old. I had to think about it.
32 years old. 32, and that experience it's amazing. Now your story is amazing. It touches me because we started very close to each other, right?
Yes.
We both end up finding out that we were neighbors, right? You work with people I work with in Australia, chefs that Chef Rodrigo, he worked with you, he worked with me at the work bar. So it's awesome that we...
this is another proof that the world is so small. So you always have to, think how you behave and, what message you're sending out, because it's always coming back later or sooner, so.
True story. It's so amazing. And now you have an amazing story, and I can see how you took the opportunity to really learn, right? You didn't just take an opportunity as a job. And I can see how you took each one of these jobs as an opportunity to grow, even being the stumboard kid as you think, but you've been learning, and even to recognize this is a sign of maturity, is a sign that you took the steps to learn, and you can sit back to yourself and compare and see how much you grew. But let's get to the Aldrov Resort, because this is a very interesting project, and as you said, you've been from the beginning, so it's like a child for you. You should be very proud of it. So tell me more about this. What is the Aldrov Resort?
Sure. So basically, if I should, put us to some categories, so we are apartment resort. That means that we are not a typical hotel. We are having this construction site divided to the 2 stages. The first one is already finished and up and running. That means our 64 fully equipped apartments, which you can book with us here, are already prepared for you. And we are running them like typically hotel rooms, like in any resort. Just with the exception, if you don't want to go to our facilities, you can be totally separate. So it's a perfect balance between, some privacy, where you want to cook your breakfast and enjoy your private time with your family, friends, or just with your spouse, or you can enjoy all luxurious services which we have here and which we are delighted to offer, like massages or a wellness, pool, restaurant, kids facilities, fitness, and etc. This project is continuing right now, as I mentioned, with the second stage, which is actually almost finished and almost given to the owners. The last building should be done and ready in February next year. Yes, we are almost done, and we are happy that people are actually already pouring in and making us happy. So
that's awesome. Like it's you say like it's there are challenges, right, to build such a resort because it's in a special location. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the location so people can get a picture and what challenge you face to actually make this project happen.
sure. So for the location, it's a disadvantage and a huge advantage. It depends how you look at it. So from the guest perspective, we are located in the north part of the Czech Republic, really close to Špindlerův Mlýn, like 8 kilometers from Horní Mísečky, which is really close to biggest skiing resorts, 15 minutes from Rokytnice. Again, we are in the middle, so you have two big skiing areas around us. Also next to the resort, there is in Vítkovice, there is a skiing slope just 100 meters from our resort, so you don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to. And I think from the guest perspective, and for us when we've been preparing this project, it's not only the resort itself, but we are developing basically new destination for people to come, which is awesome because if you want to actually enjoy just the privacy and the quietness of the nature, we are here for you. But on the other side, and the challenge which you mentioned is that to bring the staff here, which is one of the challenges in general for hospitality, I think, since COVID came. It's a little bit more difficult because obviously if you are living in the city or the town like Špindlerův Mlýn, Pec pod Sněžkou, when you finish your job, you can still go and enjoy the activities there. Here is a little bit more quiet, so it's not for everybody. It's more for like me, for mountain lovers who like to just finish the work, go to the nature, enjoy some energy from the mountains and the animals surrounding us. And with this property in general, as we are really trying to bring the best services possible, especially when we are talking about the project which costs just to build up around 40 million euros. So you have to keep up with other hotels around, with our competitors, and really deliver the standards which everybody are expecting from us. So that's, I would say, the biggest challenge. Obviously, also, we are ongoing in the construction already 1 year, and we are open from the February for pre-opening and fully open from the 1st of July, where we are already officially on booking and already on the other third parties. So that would be second challenge which we face, to find some balance between not stopping our investors to finish this awesome project and give the rest of the apartments to another owners, but also make guests inside happy and to put construction as much as possible on the side and not let people to ruin their vacation just for the noise and another stuff which construction obviously brings. So yeah, that would be like in summary some of the things which we've been facing in the later months.
That's awesome. And you mentioned some tech development as well, right? Because there's a mix of people that are buying apartments, but there's also the hotel itself. And if I recall our chat, there was a big tech development for that to happen and be into the guest experience. How is that?
Thank you very much, Mauricio. Now you got me excited because this is, this is the thing which really excites me about the opening in general. That first of all, maybe just I will put one step back. In our resort, you can choose as an owner if you have your apartment as the second apartment or second living for yourself, like a cottage house, let's say, just with better services, or if you will join our hotel service. So we have two types of the guests. And that is the reason why we really try to accompany as much technology as we can to the guest experience or owner's experience. So we are really thankful to owners that they spend that money for us, first of all. So we could create, for example, the application which allow our guests, to make to decide if they want to go with us and they want to be recognized as a guest, or if they don't want to see us at all. So it prepares the check-in, check-out. You can order all the services which are available on the application, like a wine to the fridge, so you can be on the highway and say, okay, what we are going to do, eat and drink in the evening. So let's have a look on the application, let's order it, and we will come. It's going to be in our apartment. Also, we are trying to be as respectful to the nature around us, especially when we are in the national park. So, some basics like solar systems and heating systems from under the ground, and other things which we've been allowed to build to actually optimize all the operation and be as nice to the nature as we can. So for us, what is really again exciting is that we can control all heating in all areas and apartments, centralized from the reception. We have another like facilities inside of our resort which are really modern. If you will see our spa and wellness, it's my heart stopped when I saw it for the first time, and you have there all the luxury and all the technology which are now available on the market. Steaming cabin, Finnish sauna, bio sauna, knife trail. It's really pleasure to be part of something like Aldrov, to be honest.
That's I can feel in your voice, like you talk like a proud father,
Yes. I hope so. Yes,
cool. It's pretty cool. And if we can now talk about something that the hotelier that is listening today would get a feel, that live today saying like, okay, yeah, that was pretty cool to learn. I would ask you a little bit about the tech stack challenge, because building this technology that everything is connected, that people can just check in, don't need to see you, it's not easy, right? It's very, very complex tech. Any advice you can tell a hotelier that's thinking about that now with the challenge we have with staff? A lot of people are thinking about giving that option to guests to skip the check-in, to skip the reception. So what would be your advice to them?
Take it easy. First of all, be easy on yourself, because there are going to be a lot of things which you cannot actually be in charge of, like supply chains and delays and other things like new technologies, right? Everything works on the paper, especially when you are trying to build the core technology which is your own, and then like a layer on the onion you are adding other technologies from the third parties. So from my experience, it works 14 days 3 weeks, and then it stops working and you have to find out where is the issue. So that's what we've been a little bit finding from the February till, let's say, June, until we knew how everything works, how build it properly, so it doesn't work only on paper but for you as a guest in reality. So the key is actually opening the door from your phone, so the check-in and check-out is smooth, and other things. So definitely the patience, really be patient, take it as it is. There are some things which you can not be in charge, as I said before. So when it comes, and as soon as it comes, you just use it. I think for me personally, because my ancestors had to be from Germany, I really like to be on the schedule, on time. So for me personally, that was the biggest and toughest thing to swallow. When you have some plan and then last minute you have to change it, and lead your team through this, unorganized part of the things before you will actually open the doors, and you can really be in charge of the operation as we all know it. So
that's fantastic. Take it easy, hotelier, and understand, yes. Right? And understand that not everything that is told when the salesperson is talking to you works exactly as it is. Normally it does in the demo, but also there is a learning phase on every system, right?
Exactly.
nothing works perfectly on the first step, and we need to take that learning phase and be patient and let that happen, let that sink, and then learn from it and improve step by step. Just don't give up on everything.
Also support your team, definitely, because especially for example, in our case, as we are not typical hotel, and most of the solutions are typically for the hotels and resorts, right? Which have some operation, some dynamics, some routine times, some procedures, and you have to a little bit bend them. So you are not only one who is impatient, right? Your team also wants to have it done. They want to be successful. They can be sometimes stressed. So I think it's more to, as soon as you will set up a team, obviously, it's more about to be patient also for them.
How are you preparing your team for this? Because I believe that when you are opening a hotel, you try to foresee as many scenarios as possible and try to write down and prepare them for it. And that's just a question that popped in my mind. How are you preparing your team for the winter season?
For the winter season, which is already coming, I would say we are pretty much prepared because, as I mentioned, we've been running it from the last February. So if I will again say how we done it the last winter, which was more difficult for us, right? You open the resort, you are in the middle of the main season with all the snow around. So it's more about preparing them for all scenarios. Yeah, so there are not too many. It will work or it will not work. So if it's going to work, then you are going this path, and if it doesn't work, don't worry, guys. I have your backs. We are in it together. So you will get support from me, and we just have to have emergency plans for our guests, because that's the most important thing, right? Even though sometimes it doesn't work, or you don't want to just leave the people disappointed and go home and say, okay, this was waste of our time. That's the worst thing which can happen to all of us who are trying to take care of our guests. So be prepared for the failure and just have a emergency plan. And as soon as it happens, just don't panic and be prepared in the way that you will fail, I would say. Yeah, because in some step on the way it will definitely happen. And I would say if you are not going to aware of it, it's a bigger issue than if you are and it just happens and you do your best what you can do at the situation.
That's awesome. You guys preparing SOPs for a team as well?
Definitely. Yeah. As I've mentioned, I worked for a long time for Marriott. So even though it was a franchise, it was a restructure operation. So when I came with the term of SOP, everybody was looking on me like, if I am crazy, but definitely, yeah. For the start, that's true. We have SOPs, we have a lot of meetings. We have obviously daily meeting, like most of the hoteliers know. And then we have a HOD meeting, head of department meeting. In the beginning was once 2 weeks, now is once a month, when we are discussing the near future, the goals which are for a month or two ahead of us, and the tasks which we have to do to be successful.
Wow, everything looks great. I wish you that everything goes well. And now we're gonna get to our favorite part here, that's to foresee the future of hospitality, right? Like, I always love to get this part on where I ask how my guests see hospitality, where we are going, how maybe the guest will feel, or how the hotelier the challenge of that the hotelier will have in the next 5-10 years ahead of us. And I will throw the fireball, as I said to you now, and tell me, what do you think that hospitality will look like in 5 to 10 years?
I think, now we are in the stage, like, obviously there are so many changes in the world, like AI and, all new technology. And I think for us, it's the same. We are just as hoteliers looking for the balance, For me, it's a balance between new technology, which brings you some smooth experience and let you enjoy all the new devices, but in the same time, the balance as the service, which, we have 2 generations. For example, my father, he will not use the application. He wants to be recognized. Yeah, he wants to come on the reception, have a small chit chat with the receptionist, ask what is new, be recognized in general as a repeated guest, let's say. So I think this is the biggest challenge for us, to not be that fast, but in the same time to be in progress, to really acknowledge that there are new technologies and we can develop them and apply them inside of our operations, which again will optimize gas flow or economics or any other aspect of the hotel, which is really beneficial for us. So I see in, let's say, 5 years that there are going to be so many new technologies, especially in the guest experience flow, which will again help the hotels to prepare them for shortage of the stuff. And here in Czech Republic, I think that the biggest challenge for us, and I'm not sure that it's not only the Czech market, but especially for us, we've been used to have such a big pool of stuff which is coming purely from Czech Republic, which is especially from the COVID changing rapidly. So I think for us here in Czech Republic, the challenge and what is going to happen sooner or later is that people from other countries are going to step in service, in reception, not only in Prague, which is international, but also with us in region. So be prepared for that. And use the technology in our advantage to help us, to close some holes in the boat and be better for the future, optimize.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was such a great pleasure to talk to you. Such a mind, and thank you very much for that. Like amazing forecasts, and technology may even help with language barriers, like in the countryside. So I truly hope that you are right on that. Thank you very much. How can our listeners contact you, talk to you, try to learn a little bit more about Aldrov Resort?
So our website, aldrovresort.cz, is in 4 languages, Dutch, English, Polish, and Czech. So there you can learn and see how the resort looks like. And for me personally, I'm on the LinkedIn under my name, Jan Šulc. So you can contact me there if you wish. And I think also my email is on our website. So there are 2 channels which I will be happy if you will use, and just reach to me if you will have any questions.
Awesome, and I'll put all the links on the chat as well. So if anyone here couldn't get, just go to the links and we'll be there. Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure to talk to you. I really enjoyed this chat, and we'll catch up soon for a coffee again, right?
Sure. Thank you very much, Mauricio. It was a pleasure from my side as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Schulering, thank you. Bye.